What's up, guys? Brandon Sports here, coming at you live with another episode. Today, we're going to talk about the future for Desean Jackson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, my six YouTube subscribers and mutual friends of Facebook, I hope you like it. So, Desean Jackson has been with the Buccaneers for 2 years about, and he is coming up on the last year of his contract. I believe it's 3 years, 30 million. So, he's getting 10 mil a year. And obviously, with a new coaching changes are always made on the roster with a direction on where they want to go. And as well as Deshaun actually last season vocalized that he wanted to be traded away from the Buccaneers, which is understandable for a player of his caliber. He is not as good as he used to be, but obviously he still is very fast, so he's still a deep threat. And obviously, Jameis and Deshaun just never were able to get it going together. They're never been in sync, and I even feel that games that Deshaun and Jameis are playing together, Jameis almost is like he forces himself to throw the ball to him, and like it's like when you get a new move in a video game, and like you're versing someone, and all you want to do is use that new move in the video game, and you're like you can't use it. You can't use it efficiently, and you just keep trying to use it and use it and use it, and it's forcing you to lose. And I feel like that's how it is. Jameis keeps trying to push the ball to Deshaun, and Deshaun's probably asking for the ball all the time. And obviously, it just hasn't been working out. And Jameis, his deep threat, he does have a connection with Mike Evans, but he's very good at nickel and diming his way. Well, not nickel and dime, but like he's good at doing short passes to Adam Humphries and Chris Godwin, and I think it's time to move away from Deshaun.
A good source is Spot Track for those of you who are like myself who like to make up their own teams in their spare time to see what possible moves we can make in the off season. It's a very good tool to use. It allows you to switch to what year to show who on the roster is still with the team and how much of the cap that they're using and how much available cap we have. And right now we are definitely below what we usually are. We are at 13 mil. That is what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have to spend in the free agency market. So obviously we can't get anyone very good with this amount. You can see Desean Jackson. So he has a $10 million contract with us in the year of 2019, which is it. Um, so a logical thing, there's three things we do to Deshaun, is one of them being releasing him. If we were to release Deshaun, we wouldn't owe any money to him. So we would probably get, and this is from what I know. If anyone knows any better, please comment below. But the 10 mil will be not paid to him, and we'll have a lot more room, whether it be 10 mil or if there's any dead money left over, which I don't know if there is, which will give us a lot more room to maybe get a couple middle tier players in the free agency to help our defensive line, our linebacker core, et cetera, et cetera. But what the big thing is we have, besides Jameis, here are the three people that we could potentially be losing this year: Adam Humphries, Quan Alexander, and Donovan Smith. And here are their calculated market values. I don't know what the metrics is based off of their calculated value. I know Donovan, a lot of people do not like him because he cannot keep up with the speed rush, but they're still all three potential starters for any team, and it really depends on the market. And they're probably priced higher because for what their positions are at, there's not many decent free agents available.
So if we were to release Deshaun, it would definitely benefit us, and this is probably the option that I believe is best for both parties, Deshaun and the Buccaneers. Um, Yeah, if we were to release him, we would have a chance to sign Quan Alexander, who also has vocalized publicly that he will be testing the free agent waters. Obviously, he is a very good player, the heart of our defense, but he wants to win, and he doesn't see the Buccaneers winning anytime soon. So he is testing the free agent waters. So we would need a good bit of money to keep him on our team, as well as Adam Humphries. You could probably get a decent deal any other team, but I have a feeling he's going to stay with the Buccaneers. Him and Jameis have, especially towards the end of last season, have showed great chemistry together. So I believe that we will have to sign him But it won't be a 10 million a year contract deal. But he definitely will get a good bit of money from us, and as well as Donovan, I think we could re-sign him, and it won't be a huge deal, but they'll get a good amount of money from us. Um, I vocalize this all the time. It's good to keep your offensive line together. It's a unit. They're because offensive lines are cohesive, very reliant on communication and such. So it'd be stupid to tear him away, especially when he's been with the line for almost 4 years. If we can get him for a good deal, I say why not. But cutting Deshaun will definitely give us options for keeping two out of the three, or maybe all of them, on our team. Another option that we can the other option would be to trade Desean Jackson, and from what I see, I don't see anyone wanting to pick up his contract, so they definitely will not take him for $10 million for 1 year, especially at the age of 32 years old. Him also being more of a diva, I would say. He's definitely not a team player. He's more of a superstar type of player. Nothing wrong with that. That's just how he is. So I don't see any team being open to take him unless they're very desperate for at least some type of wide receiver, like maybe the Baltimore Ravens, for example. They have no one to throw to, and they're the land of used receivers. So if he were to go there, again, like what would they trade for us? Like I doubt we can get a pick. When you think about it, if you were to give us the lowest of a low, like our seventh round pick, that's a 4 year contract NFL caliber player. Like, would you rather squeeze 4 years out of a player that could potentially be really good? I mean, Tom Brady was a seventh round pick. I'm not saying that the majority seventh round picks are special teams players, but we can get. I don't think anyone's gonna go for that. I doubt it'll be a seventh round pick, especially with his attitude. Um, and if it were a seventh round pick or a sixth round pick, it would have to be a lower round pick, and we definitely have to still pick up some of that dead money. But that's still an option for the Buccaneers to take. I don't see them trading a player over for Desean Jackson. There's not many players in the same boat as him where he has 1 year left on his contract, and he is a very old player. And the final option would be to keep Deshaun Jackson, which um, I would agree with that. Actually, I would never probably agree with that. I mean, we we have three great players, young players too: Quan Alexander, Adam Humphries, and Donovan Smith, who have only known the Buccaneers organization, who are looking elsewhere, or will begin looking elsewhere, um, to play for. Understandably, because we're a losing team and we don't have any money to spend on them. So I just believe that uh, keeping Deshaun will prevent us from keeping our own people. And Deshaun's only here for 1 more year. And realistically, we are not going all the way in this next year. I mean, it'd be great, but it's very unlikely having losing seasons back to back. Yeah, back to back. Um, it's not very likely, and um, it just wouldn't be smart if we have the opportunity to at least get one other player for at least 2 or 3 more years in the free agents market, who's also very young or at least younger. It makes sense, but keeping Deshaun just in no way will make sense.